I think they messed up with it. Hard-working American likes the sound of a big motor. They like that
Facts.
feel, and I think Ram messed up. I mean, here's their replacement for their TRX. They took out the supercharged Hellcat and they put in a twin turbo V6 or inline
What was they thinking?
six, I believe. I mean, how is this going to compete? This is their new TRX mentality. And then no hate on Ram at all, but they're like, well, Ford did it with their Raptors. Just my personal opinion is, Ram, you're not Ford. So good luck with that. I just don't understand the thinking of the uppers whenever they decide to do this. I mean, the whole history of the car is to be a fucking V8 powered muscle car, and now they've got
Facts.
it all electric. I just don't see how it's gonna do well. I
As
think
we
that
all know, Dodge dropped that Dodge Charger EV Daytona, whatever you want to call it, and they thought they had a hit. Well, they definitely had a hit. It hit rock bottom. Nobody likes this vehicle. Nobody asked for the vehicle, but a lot of people bought the vehicle. I don't know why a lot of people bought the vehicle, but they went their silly ass on down there and bought one. And now it's a lot of people regretting their purchase. I don't know what Ram, Dodge, Stellantis, I don't know what they was thinking when they said, let's go ahead and just get rid of all the V8s and let's just drop straight EVs and call them EV muscle cars, EV pickup trucks, EV Jeeps, and we going to sell 1,000,000 a ton. You ain't going to sell none because don't nobody want them. And now they're just sitting on lots collecting dust, and the people that did buy them, I don't want to call you fools, but you're looking like some fools for buying them. Let's look at a couple of people that have a whole bunch of regret buying one of these Dodge Charger EV vehicles. Let's watch some regret.
Bought this beauty March 8th. We're in the middle of June. I've driven it a total of 27 days because I've had problem after problem.
It's nasty work when you only driven your car for 27 days, bought it brand spanking new, and you already got a litany of problems. Come on now, this car was made to not last.
Damper system was a common error on the dashboard. As far as the rest of the car, it's a badass car, but
It's definitely a good looking vehicle.
doesn't start. I only use this charger that they gave me from the dealership.
I'm pretty sure they didn't give you that. You paid for that.
Nothing. As always. I'm not sure. Probably going to tell me that it was another update needed, or the update didn't take, or it's the battery, the V12 battery. Again, at what point do we just admit that we sold someone a lemon? I'm losing lots of pay at work because I keep leaving work. Again, I had to call off again today because the thing won't start. So not only am I losing money at work and income, but hopefully I don't lose my damn job over this.
It's nasty work when you calling off of work because of your new vehicle, which is kind of insane because I'm just saying, it does look like it's another vehicle sitting in the garage. Why can't you take that vehicle to work? But for you to buy a car that you know is known for having problems, it's pure insanity. Goofy, goofball. You should do your research before you buy something like this. Yes, the car is a good looking car. We not saying the car ain't good looking. It's a very sharp looking car. But what we're saying is, how can you be the last to the pack when it comes to EV? Because Stellantis, Dodge, Ram, all of them were last to the pack. Chevy had an EV, Ford had an EV, Toyota had an EV, Hyundai, hell, even Kia had an EV before Stellantis. Allegedly. I gotta say allegedly because they may dig in the archives and find somebody that's behind them. But most likely they was the last to get to the EV game. At least top three of the big three, they was the last. Made a beautiful vehicle, but it seems like they didn't pay attention to what all the other EVs was doing. Why is your EV always breaking down? It's like Every time you turn around, there's somebody in a Dodge Charger EV form talking about my car broke down. My car won't start. The battery acting up. How is a regular battery, because it takes a regular battery too, allegedly, how is that battery dying? If the whole car is a big battery, how is the battery of the little battery of it dying? Insane. And then she said that she got a charger from the dealer. I don't know if she paid for it or got it free. I'm pretty sure they worked it in her deal. They ain't give it to you for free, baby. Believe me. And it ain't even charging up the car. And she said they gonna tell her it probably needs another update. No, you need to take that lemon back to the dealership. These cars are nothing but problems. And it's some people keep saying, oh man, they good cars, they good cars. 3 weeks later, they on the forum saying my car broke down too. It's insane. This car could possibly be the biggest flop of all time when it comes to EVs. You got the best looking EV and the worst EV. How do you do that? Let's go look at some more regret.
And today I'm going to talk about 5 things that I hate about my 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona EV. As you can see, I have it behind me. It is vinyl wrap blue. It has some customization to it, some
very nice car.
Moderate customization done to it. You know, as models are going to start coming available, we're going to start doing more stuff to this vehicle. However, I feel like Dodge could have done better with this car in its stock form. So I'm going to do a quick video, discuss a few things that I feel like could be done better, changed, refined, and we'll see if some of the other owners agree, disagree, or have their own thoughts as well. So let's get to it. So we're going to jump right into the video. The first area of improvement I feel like could have been this bezel that goes in the bumper right here. It's a vertical bezel. Looks like it could be utilized for like a fog light, for example, or cooling on the gas model, since it's going to have twin turbos and going to need a little bit more airflow, or it could even be a cooling duct for the braking system. On the previous models, a lot of these vents would be
what he's saying, I know you're like, cooling system for an EV. What he's saying is the Hurricane version of this vehicle, this particular vehicle right here, the Hurricane version is coming out. Some of them have probably already reached the dealerships, if not on their way. And it's going to have twin turbos. So basically what he's saying is that little part right there that's on the car was probably put on the car for the future gas combustion motor. And I'm pretty sure if they smart, they're going to put a Hemi in these cars, because the EV and that twin turbo Hurricane, that's not it. Dodge is supposed to be a what? A V8 muscle car, not an inline 6 muscle car, not an electric muscle car. But let's continue.
pass through, which would mean they're functional. In the center, you have the shutters in here, which open and close, and you do have a grille that's see-through. But right here, you have it fully closed off. So it's a non-functional grille, fully closed off. I feel like Dodge could have just went ahead and allowed for that grille to be open, give some additional cooling to the engine bay, braking system, and allow for room for future customization, which I'll get into later.
Looking at that hump on the hood, it's telling me that a V8 can fit in that. It's got to be, a V8 has to be able to fit in this car, because if it don't, they're doomed.
Second thing, it's going to be a love it or hate it thing on this vehicle. The Brembos on this vehicle, this is going to be a Scat Pack Stage 2. It does have the larger brakes. As with all of these vehicles, if anyone's had like a Hellcat or SRT model, any model that comes with Brembos, you're going to experience this. You're going to have a bunch of brake dust. And so as you can see, this car was washed probably Sunday. Today's Tuesday, and hasn't been driven too much, but it has brake dust all over the wheels. Once you drive it a time or two, you're going to get brake dust all over the wheels. The Brembo brake pads do stop good, but as a byproduct of the compounds they use, it's going to throw out brake dust. And so all the wheels are going to be covered with brake dust. Do have the wheel ceramic coated, so that allows the brake dust to not stick as much, but you're still going to have brake dust on the calipers, for example. And so if I stick my finger back here, probably haven't cleaned these in a while. So as you can see, I have a pretty good amount of brake dust coming off, so I'll have to make sure I address that the next time I wash this vehicle. But something you really can't avoid until you change the brake pads out. Popular modification we do is throw the power stops on there to prevent the brake pads from throwing as much dust, and it's been a good solution. So once we get the part number for what's needed for the Dodge Charger Daytona brake pads, we'll go ahead and get those swapped out. So
you can't really complain about Brembo brake dust. That's part of the game. If you get them Brembo brakes, you're going to have to get the ceramic pads, or you're going to throw up a lot of brake dust. That just comes with the game. That's really, Really not nothing to complain about. I'm not saying he complaining about it, but just know that if you going to get one of these cars and they got Brembo brakes, it's going to be super duper duper dusty all the time. Soon as you leave the car wash, by the time you get home, your wheels are going to be dusty. I know you said, T-Like, how you know? I own a Durango Hellcat. I've owned quite a few Hellcats. I know about those Brembo brake pads. I don't know why Dodge hasn't fixed that situation yet. It's a simple fix. Put ceramic brake pads in instead of the brake pads you get from the Brembo. But as you know, Stellantis, Dodge, Ram, whatever you want to call those diggly balls, don't want to spend any money. They really don't care about their customers, allegedly. Let's continue.
Second thing is definitely the brake pads. The third thing that I feel like could be done differently on this vehicle, I'm going to skip right to the back and stay on the exterior. This vehicle is called a Dodge Charger Daytona EV. A lot of the hate that's come to this vehicle in particular has been because of using the Dodge Charger name. The original Dodge Charger was two-door. This is a two-door vehicle. The Charger as we know it, which came as the 6th gen, in its modern form, it was a four-door vehicle. So it's going back to its roots with more of a retro look, which more of the boxy front. You got the R-wing, you got the retro styling, which is pretty cool. But people are used to the four-door Charger more so as a two-door Charger. And of course, it's gonna have a gas engine. So I feel like some of the hate would be gone if they called this vehicle a Dodge Daytona and left off the Charger name. The electric vehicle could have been called the Dodge Daytona, and the 6-pack gas model could be called the Dodge Charger. So you have similar cars, different names, but they both gonna serve their different purposes, different crowds, different markets. Because if I'm a hardcore muscle car V8 guy and I'm tiptoeing into the smaller displacement realm, I may go for an inline 6. I'm probably not gonna go for an EV unless I'm, just want to experiment and try something different. In my case, I'm a car guy that loves cars, and so I love them in all forms, whether it be a V8, haven't had a chance to own a V10 or a V12 engine, but whether it be a V8, possibly a V6 or an electric vehicle, if the car makes sense and it looks good, it's all about having a good ownership experience and being able to enjoy different cars in different settings. Every vehicle can be a tool and has a purpose. You're not going to buy a Demon and go daily driving a Demon. Just like if you're getting a Scat Pack, you're not looking to go to the racetrack per se and run 7 seconds down the racetrack in its stock form on a quarter mile. Every car has a purpose, but for a daily driver, this is a balanced car in its stock form, and definitely when you juice it up, Scat Pack Stage 2 is definitely a worthwhile offering from the Dodge family, given the fact that it's their first EV muscle car. And
Hold on. I know I didn't just hear what I thought I heard. There is no such thing as an EV muscle car. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. You're not faster than a Tesla. You're not faster than some Toyotas. You're not faster than some Hondas. You can't be a muscle car if you're not the dominant car. Do you hear Ford saying that Ford Mustang EV Mach is a muscle car? Do you hear them saying that? Absolutely not. Come on now. Let's stop it. Also, for those who don't know, there is a 4-door version of this particular vehicle coming out in Hurricane form. Hurricane high output, Hurricane inline 6 will be coming out with a 4-door version as well as a 2-door version. So if you want a 4-door version of this particular style car, not the EV, but the combustion Hurricane motor, it's coming. Be patient. They're going to give you one. Good luck owning it. Keep going.
it actually looks like a muscle car. So they did a good job, but I feel like once again, if they called this vehicle the Dodge Charger Daytona, it would have been more of a hit and less of a matter of having to convince the market, meaning the customers, that whether it's a customer that wants to buy the vehicle or a customer that hesitant about the vehicle, having to convince the market this vehicle is worthwhile. Another thing, if you saw a couple of my earlier videos, I had a Daytona stripe back here. With it being the Dodge Charger Daytona, it also should come with a Daytona stripe. So whether it was called the Dodge Charger Daytona or a Dodge Daytona, being that it's a Daytona, it definitely needed to come with a Daytona stripe. Every other Daytona vehicle has come with a Daytona stripe, and a lot of them have vinyl on the hood. and different things like that. But I feel like that was a missed area. That was definitely something that Dodge missed, was the Daytona stripe, given that it has a Daytona name. So Daytona.
Well, you can't really trip on that. I can see this guy right here. I'm not saying he regrets his buy, but he ain't too happy. I ain't saying he like mad or very I think he's kind of disappointed. I think he thought he was going to get something a little bit more, how you say, muscly, more like Dodge, more like a real Dodge. But you got to think, it's no way to make an EV car a muscle car. It will never be the same. But let's go look at some more regretters.
Owners of the all-new Dodge Charger Daytona electric vehicle are learning the hard way that slamming the hood shut, like on traditional cars, could leave them with a serious problem and a trip to the dealership. According to a video from technician Jordan Rose at Hall Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Virginia Beach, multiple Daytonas have already shown the same issue, a malfunctioning hood latch that will not release using the interior button.
That's
Instead,
nasty work.
Owners have had to manually pull the cable to get the hood open. The culprit? A bent latch mechanism caused by slamming the hood shut. Dodge outlines a specific, gentler procedure in the owner's manual. Lower the hood carefully onto the latch, then press firmly with 2 hands to secure it. Skipping this step can misalign the metal latch, making it nearly impossible to open again. Rose demonstrated the repair process, which involves removing panels inside the electric vehicle's front trunk and unbolting the latch. While the fix is simple for a trained technician, it may not be covered under warranty if it is considered owner error. Have you had this issue? Tell me in the comments if
That's nasty, nasty work. You can't even slam the hood of this car like a regular car. Can't even let it come down too fast or the locking mechanism is going to malfunction. And if they deem you responsible for this locking mechanism messing up, even though they made it faulty, even though they gave you some garbage, a cheap, raggedy latch, if you keep slamming your trunk and they consider you the culprit, instead of them not giving you a sturdy latch, a good latch, a worthy latch, they will not replace nor fix your vehicle. They will say you are at fault. See, this is what I'm talking about with Stellantis. You giving out garbage, and when somebody bring your garbage back to you and tell you that your garbage is messing up, you want to blame the customer. Specifically, you're going to say, oh, you look in the manual and said you got to shut the hood gently. What? And then when you set it gently, you got to press down on it firmly. Make it make sense so I can't slam on it, but I can press down on it firmly. No, this is a you problem. But like I said, Stellantis keeps on giving out garbage. And it seems like they don't, allegedly, they don't seem to be caring too much about their customers. You know what they should be like? Listen, bring those cars back here and we're going to get y'all a better latch. We're going to fix that for y'all. We're going to fix that problem because we don't want y'all getting your hands caught in there. We don't want kids getting in there because you know how kids like to play, get stuck inside the bad boy. We trying to make sure everything is safe. But you know, it's good old Stellantis, money hungry, greedy. Allegedly. I got to say allegedly because they might try to, Let's look at some more regretters.
Listen how cooked this company is, okay? Nobody is buying the new electric Dodge Charger, and I can tell you exactly why. All over the country, Dodge dealerships are slapping ridiculous discounts on this electric muscle car. They're still rotting on lots, and Dodge is getting really desperate. 2025 Daytona EV was supposed to be the first real electric muscle car. It's pretty quick. It looks like a muscle car, but there is zero, and I mean zero, hype for this thing. So these dealerships have been practically trying to give them away. You can see a quick little discount here for $10,000. This one's crazy, $12,500 discount. You can see the price history for this one started at $75,000 when it was originally listed, and now it's listed for $43,000.
That's a 30 price drop.
Brand new. And now you see an extra discount for $6,500. That's coming straight from Dodge. They are literally doing anything to move these cars off lots. I mean, Dodge really did everything they could to make Charger fans like this car. Even gave it an electric engine note. When you rev the engine, it makes a digitized engine sound.
Horrible.
It's crazy. But people just don't want it, and that's for a few reasons, you know? Number one, it obviously doesn't feel like a real car. It's still electric. The Daytona starts at $60,000, and higher trims get up into the 80s. It means this car is competing with things like BMWs, Audis, Mercedes. There is a silver lining, though. Somehow Dodge has sold more of the old gas-powered Chargers and Challengers than they have the new EVs. So Dodge,
like I said, this car was destined to fail. Who wants an electric muscle car with fake sound? Fake sonic. They say it's fake sonic. It's sound. No, it's the stereo. Allegedly. But I'm thinking it's a boombox back there masquerading as an exhaust. Horrible. Horrible. And then if you want to buy one of these new, they then dropped them. At first they was $85,000. And then they dropped them down to like $59,000, $60,000. But that's for the base, the bottom of the barrel version. If you want to get a top version, you're looking at the 70s, mid to high 70s. That's too much money. Like he said, you can get you a BMW, you can get your Audi, you can get your Mercedes, or something like that for the exact same price and be much, much happier. Or you could take your funky ass to the nearest Dodge dealership and get you, let me tell you something, a $70,000 Hellcat. Get your $70,000 Hellcat. You'll be much happier and you'll get you a real muscle car. Let's look at some more regrets.
I can see if it's going to do anything. I think she's done, guys. I do. I think she's done. I've already called the tow truck, so at this point, it doesn't even matter anymore. Tow truck is on the way.
Lemon.
So I was informed that this was an oversight by Stellantis. They did not install any place on the car to actually hook to tow it.
What?
So a car that literally breaks down every other week, there is no dedicated place for towing it. No tow hooks that you can install, nothing. You have to grab it by the lower control arms. You're talking about a car that weighs like 6,000 pounds.
So you mean to tell me you got you a brand new car. It's always breaking down. And when the tow truck guy get there, ain't no place to tow it. Ain't no tow hooks. Ain't no place to put nothing to tow it. So you mean to tell me he gonna get it on the tow truck? He probably gonna mess some stuff up getting it on the tow truck. So when you get it to the Dodge dealership, they're gonna be like, wait a minute. You tore up this, you tore up that trying to get it on the truck. Now they don't want to cover your car on warranty. You see what I'm saying? This is insanity. What do you mean there's no place to hook up for tow hooks? See, it's like they destroying their brand. Why do you go full-blown EV if you're not going to do it right? Why do you drop an EV if you're not going to do it right? And you can't say you didn't have time to figure this stuff out. You had most time of any of the big three to figure it out. You was last to the game, and you still ain't figured it out. You should have dropped the most electrifying, great EV of all time. Especially when you're saying it's the fastest, it's the muscle car. A muscle car that can be beat by a Tesla Y performance. Insane. Insane. Let's look at some more regrets.
It just suddenly told me there's an air problem with the car, so I'm not actually touching the throttle. I don't have the accelerator at all. Like, it's accelerating. I'm going 37, 38. Can you see the speedometer?
What?
And so I have to like hold the brake, so now I'm braking. Yeah, so it's constantly accelerating. And so I have to like hold the brake down to
What?
slow down.
Straight garbage. Insane. You mean to tell me this car got a mind of its own? He said the car is accelerating on its own. And in order for him to stop it, he got to press on the brake. And while he's pressing on the brake, the car is still trying to go. You got to be kidding me. That's like super dangerous. What if you got your family in the car with you? You know, and the thing just takes off. You got your wife driving, your kid driving the car, and it just takes off. And you know these young kids, 16, 17, you think you're putting them in something safe. You put them in one of these, and it starts accelerating on its own. And you know a child gonna panic. They gonna panic. They don't know you on 16, 17, 18. They don't know how to react to something like this. And they end up hopefully not crashing, but you know, it's probably gonna crash. Insane. This is what I'm saying. These cars is this problem after problem after problem. Why are people even buying these things? Like, why? Let them sit on the lot and rot. Let's look at some more regret.
The new electric Dodge Charger is already flopping, and the numbers can prove it. Dodge went fully electric on their Charger line, completely ruining it, that's my opinion, but it has 670 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. It's impressive. Just kidding, it gets
That
beat
ain't
by
impressive.
Tesla. It's
No,
got
it's not.
fake engine noises, and somehow it's larger than its predecessor. Now, the initial models were delayed by months. We had cars getting towed back to the factory, hatches opening while driving, some crazy electrical issues, and many more. So a pretty bad start for a pretty bad car, which doesn't help it at all. Now, dealers are slashing the prices to $40,000 in hopes that they're going to sell, but let's be honest, just go buy a Tesla if you're going to buy
I ain't
an
seen none
electric
at
car. And I guess
$40,000.
today it's an affordable car, technically, it being $40,000. Is that affordable? Not for me, but maybe for you. With a starting price of $75,000, an EV that sounds like a V8 maybe could be cool in theory, but
Stop it. I gotta stop right there. This car don't sound like no V8. If you ever, he must not have not heard one. Just because it has a fake sound of a V8 does not mean it sounds like a V8. You know what a V8 sound like if you're a real car guy. He just mistaken. He don't know no better. And also, I have never seen one for $40,000. Now, I could be wrong. If I seen one for $40,000, I might be tempted to buy one, because let's be honest, if they would have dropped this car and it would have been $40,000 off the gate, it would have sold like hotcakes. It would have been flying off the dealership lots if they would have made it $40,000 like it should have been. $40,000 for the lower brand, $48,000 for the top, $50,000 at max for the top version. Those things would have sold like hotcakes. And he's saying, oh, 675 horsepower is impressive. That shit ain't impressive. How is that impressive? That's not impressive. We've seen that type of horsepower for years and years and years. Always got a nice 0-60 speed. It's electric, and it's got fairly average electric acceleration. Let's stop playing here. Let's stop giving this car more credit than he deserves. Now, is it an ugly car? No. But it's still, just because it's a good looking car does not mean it's a good car. Let's look at some more regret.
I don't care that the Dodge Charger EV is faking it, but it's faking it in the wrong way.
Looks good,
like
though.
with the Hyundai Ioniq 5, and the Charger EV fakes having a real gas engine. If I put it in track, for example, you can hear that noise come on. If I roll on the gas, it makes this quasi exhaust sound. I even said roll on the gas. It's not a gas pedal, it's an accelerator. But it's beyond the point. I have a couple problems with this. One, it doesn't sound that great. Dodge has a rich history of muscle cars.
I mean, it's an electric car. Let's all be honest. I don't care if my electric car makes sounds. You're not buying an electric car for sound. I don't even know why Dodge even came with that sound thing. It's an electric car. You don't expect it to make sounds like that. It's like when you watch the Jetsons. They cars didn't make no sounds like that. It's an electric car. Nobody cares about the sound of an electric car. Why would they put focus on that? They could have wasted that time, used that time for something more better for the car, made some better things, maybe fix the latches, maybe fix all the technology, maybe fix the software, put that money into all of that instead of trying to get us with a gimmick, a fake sound. That's horrible to me. Let's continue.
Cars with fantastic sounding V8s. Why doesn't this sound like one? Two, it also doesn't feel great when you stand on the gas pedal or accelerator for a long time. Why? Because it doesn't shift. Hyundai figured that out with the Ioniq 5N and added the fake gear shifts, which feels more natural, let's say, or more similar to what a gas-powered car feels like. This.
Why would you care if the car shifts like a gas car? You bought it. It's an EV. Why do people listen? I would never go buy an EV and say, man, I sure hope it shifts like a gas car. I sure hope it feels like a gas car. That's my least worries. I know it's an EV car, so I expect it to do EV things. I don't expect for the car to be doing gas or combustion motor things. That's not what it is. It's an electric car. Come on, my man. Why are you mad about an electric car being an electric car? Stop it.
This ends up feeling like it has a continuously variable transmission, which is arguably the worst sounding powertrain you could have in a gas-powered vehicle. Three, there's a lack of customization. There's a bunch of drive modes from auto to sport to track to drag, but all they seem to do is make the effect louder. Why doesn't this have a lumpy cam in drag mode? Why doesn't it have like anti-lag sounds in track or sport? Why can't I configure all these things individually?
Why are you asking for this car to do gas things, my man? You gotta stop it. You gotta stop. You should have just went and got a Hellcat.
Let me turn on a supercharger. Let me turn that off and turn on a turbocharger. Let me have a lumpy cam at idle. Let me do all of that.
Why?
Why not give me the customization? If you're gonna fake it, go all the way. Come on.
Come on, man. No real car guy is buying an EV for all everything you asking this car to do. You could have got a Hellcat. You could have got a ZL1. You could have got a Cadillac CTS-V Blackwing, a black CTS-5 Blackwing. You could have got a Mustang GT500. You could have got a Scat, a GT, SS, a real muscle car. Why are you wanting an EV to do muscle car things? Insanity. Let's go to some more regretters.
I don't know. I plug it in and walk away. For home charging, it's great because literally I just plug it in when I go to bed every night and I never have to worry about stuff like this. But it's when you go on a road trip, this is where things get really it's frustrating, it's aggravating, and quite honestly confusing.
It's weird. 31% it says on the screen now. It's just making all kinds of sounds. Is that how much it's charging you right now? $1.23?
Yeah, for 2 minutes.
Damn, $1.23 for 2 minutes?
Does it give you an ETA? How long it's going to take?
No.
Gas
I got
price.
Nothing, Mike. All right, guys, we'll come back when it's time to pack up and head out, and then we'll find out if the car is going to start and drive. And we're back with some new information.
Great news.
So the Dodge dealer, actually it is great news. The Dodge dealer in Terre Haute said they could, first they said next Thursday.
Terre Haute, Indiana.
And I said, but this is like an emergency trip.
And
then they said, we'll get you in.
you're missing the good part.
What good part?
Where you pulled out your ace.
Oh, the YouTube card?
Yeah. He said, I have a pretty big YouTube channel.
And they said, how about tomorrow at 2?
It worked.
I said, that sounds good. I can do that. I can be there tomorrow at 2. Let's take a look at this real quick and see how much we spent.
I thought EV charging was cheap. $1.23 for 2 minutes? Them look like gas prices. I don't think you're saving too much money. Now, if you charge your car up at home every night, you probably do save a couple of pennies. But when you go to these chargers outside of home, it seems like they charge you damn near gas prices. I mean, what's the point in getting when you might as well just stuck with the combustion motor. And then you listen, I know it's cool to charge up, even if it said, oh man, I only paid $17 for a full charge, but you sit there for 2 hours, 35, 45 minutes. I can go to the gas station and be in line and be out of there within 15 minutes tops. And if it ain't no line, I'm out of there in 4. You know what I mean? Time is money. Remember this. If you're young, listen, time is money. The one thing you cannot get back in life is time. If you waste 40 minutes sitting at a charger, guess what? You can't get that 40 minutes back. You can never get that time back. So basically, owning one of these is like a big old waste of time, especially if you live in an apartment. Come on now. You shouldn't dare get one of these if you live in an apartment. Anything, if you don't have your own home with a charger, you shouldn't get one of these. It just would be, I don't think it's a good idea to get one of these. If you live in an apartment, get you a Toyota Prius. Run forever, like 40, 50 miles to the gallon. Great looking car. The new one's a great looking car. Get you a Prius. Don't get you no Dodge Charger EV. Avoid the problems. Get you something that's proven and will save you money in your pockets. Go with the Toyota Prius. Some more regret is on the way. Let's see.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds, where today we're back with probably at this point the most problematic car I have ever owned on this channel. And that's saying something because since 2013, I have had hundreds of cars on this channel. Hundreds of cars that I have owned personally and through my business.
You got that money. That
and
money on.
All of those experiences, I can't think of a single car that's worse than this one. Now,
Man,
there's
that's
a lot
great.
of people out there that actually love the Dodge Charger Daytona, the EV.
Never saw
and
nobody.
At first, I did too. And that was short-lived because it started having problems immediately.
Before we go any further, the Duke boys would be rolling over in their graves if they saw you put that wrap on that car. If the Duke boys saw this car right now, they would go crazy on you. How dare you make that look like the General Lee? That is not the General Lee. Don't you ever wrap your car like the General Lee. That is not a General Lee. That is a doppelganger. Ain't no way that car is jumping like the General Lee did. That car is too heavy to make them type of jumps. And the Duke boys did not have enough money to have a home charger. And in Hazard, they didn't have any EV charger. Get that wrap off that car. Thank you.
It's been in the dealership more than it's been out of the dealership. Even after just taking a 1,400-mile road trip,
Why buy it?
The car only has 5,000 miles on the odometer. And it's not because I don't want to drive it. It's not because I don't enjoy the car. It's not because I don't like the car, or at least the idea of it. It's because the car is relatively unreliable, or at least it has been in the past. So far, during this last 1,400-mile road trip, I'm happy to report that the car itself actually did quite well. The car itself, it performed flawlessly during the entire trip, with the exception of the GPS. And I read through the comments of the video where I showed you guys how problematic it was trying to drive just a simple, 714 miles. It was nothing but trouble. And it had nothing to do with the car, the mechanics. It was the GPS and the charging infrastructure that gave me more of a headache than anything else. Aside from that, the car did beautifully. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's the software and the charging infrastructure that absolutely sucks. Now, I have not driven this car since I got back from Indiana, which was yesterday. Okay, car's been sitting here. Today, I need to go swap it out for my new truck, which is down at AAR headquarters.
It's nasty, nasty work when you buy a car and the car's GPS don't work. The software is always giving you problems. And to top it all off, it's an EV, and they don't even have their own charger network. The reason Tesla is running this game is because they got their own network. Now, Stellantis, you had ample amount of time to create a network for your future EV cars. You were last to the game. I said this a couple times in the video. You were last to the game. So you should have easily been building chargers around the country. It should have been plenty of networks where they could take their Dodge Charger EV and charge it up like a Tesla. Why are you depending on independent and Tesla charging stations? Why? When you sold this car, when this car first came out, the first thing you should have been like, we got to have a network. We got to make it so when these people get this car, they can even take it to a charger near them. They got ports all over the country. So we can already have that infrastructure there so people won't be so hesitant to buy it. You should have worked out all the kinks of the software. You had enough time. What did we talk? You know what? Remember you fired all those engineers and then you brung in the foreign engineers for a cheaper price? Is that biting you in your ass right now? Is that biting you in the ass right now? And then your GPS don't work. How can a GPS not work in an electric car? It's a moving GPS. Come on, man. You gotta send software updates to this thing on a regular. This is just a bad vehicle. I'm so glad I would never buy one. And I think they look great. I don't think the vehicle is a bad looking car. Now, do I condone him putting the General Lee wrap on it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't condone that. But it is a good looking vehicle. But why have just a good-looking vehicle? Wouldn't you rather have a reliable vehicle? I'll take a hoopty that's reliable over a beautiful Dodge Charger that's unreliable. Give me a Pinto that's reliable that can get me from A to Z, get me to my job safely, over this Dodge Charger EV that who knows when it's going to break down and who knows when I'm going to be able to drive it because the software is always glitchy. I can't find the charger area. The hood might fly open. It might accelerate without me telling it to. Why? It's just a bad decision. Anybody buying one of these vehicles, can you please do your research? Don't go buy something before doing your research. Because if you do your research, anybody that bought these vehicles recently, if they would have did their research, they would have found out this is not a good idea to purchase this. Don't let the nice looks of this vehicle fool you. You're buying a lemon, allegedly. I gotta say allegedly, because we don't want Stellantis get mad at me. But I gotta say allegedly. Allegedly is trash. Allegedly. Let's go to one more regretter.
Uh-oh. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Paperweight.
She's gonna fight it every step of the way, man. Guess what, old girl?
Technological
You're going
garbage.
to the dealer whether you like it or not. So again, shout out to McConnell's Towing, man. They got here quick. They got it done. Down the road she goes, man. Maybe she won't come back again.
A beautiful piece of nothing.
I'll be honest with you, even I'm starting to get a little impatient with this car, man. That's crazy to have a brand new car with less than 3,000 miles and literally leaves you stranded. I had things to do today, and obviously those
Nasty work when your car only got 3,000 miles on it. I'm saying 3,000 miles. It's a brand new car, and it's already on the tow truck, broken down. Whoever bought this, you a clown. Why would you buy something that you know is legendary for being garbage? Proceed.
those plans have now changed. So I guess we're going to get down to the dealership. I got some paperwork to sign, and we'll meet the car over there. All right, so we made it back to the dealership, and the car is dropped off. The tow truck is still sitting over there for McConnell's. The car is sitting right around the corner. I talked to the tech that's going to be working on it, and I gave him my good buddy Jordan Rose's phone number. So hopefully, if he has any questions, if he has any issues, I'm sure he's completely capable and competent. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying Jordan knows these cars pretty damn well. So if he's got any issues, he's got the phone number. He can absolutely get a hold of him. He'll help him, get my car going in. They said they don't anticipate this taking too awful long. They showed me what happened to the window, why the window isn't adjusted on the passenger side. I'm going to kind of try to illustrate this for you guys here in a really rough kind of way, but this Escalade just never ceases to fail. Always ready to go. So the regulator's bolted in two spots. This spot where there's a big gear has fallen off, and that's what was rolling around in the door. It was a giant gear. So my entire window and regulator assembly is held in with one bolt on this side. So obviously the glass is going to sit crooked like this or like this. It's one way or the other, but it's sitting crooked one direction or the other. It cannot be adjusted because the regulator is literally broken from the factory. So they got the new regulator in. They're going to take care of that. They're also going to take care of the window tint. They got scratched. They're going to take care of adjusting the window. And then we had another issue that I totally forgot about that cropped up the other day. The seat in that car, whenever you pull the strap, it's a two-seater car. So you have to pull a strap in the back. The seat goes forward, and it's motorized, and it goes forward. When you lean the seat back again, the seat's supposed to motorize. It goes backwards using the motor. You know what I mean? Well,
who buys this?
Here's what happens. When you pull the strap and the seat goes forward, the motor pushes it forward, and then when the passenger in the back is ready to get out, it just goes backwards again. Like as soon as the seat reaches the end of its track, it just turns around and goes backwards, basically leaving the person in the back seat totally stuck. So they're going to take care of that too. They're going to check the 12-volt battery for a short. They also believe it's going to be something to do with that 12-volt battery because the car starts and is running again now. So with that,
why does an electric car have a 12-volt battery? Why? I thought it already came with a big old battery. Why does it need a 12-volt battery as well? I don't know if Teslas have 12-volt batteries. I don't know. But any electric car that has to have another battery on top of the big battery that it comes with, it's insane, man. It's insane. Why are you people buying this car? They're breaking down on a regular. They don't have this electric thing figured out. And I don't think they may never have it figured out. That's why they selling them for cheap. They said they let them go for the cheap. You can go lease one of these bad boys for the cheap. Now, you can't get that $7,000 tax write-off. You can't get that no more. So why would you even get one? Oh, but they dropped the prices down. That's fine. It was already overpriced. So when they was $85,000, was that overpriced? Because let's just think about it. They started out in the 80s, right? Now you can get one for in the 40s, 50s, 60s. So does that mean it was overpriced already? Were they overpriced from the factory? I think they were overpriced from the factory. So they could have been selling them for $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 when they first came out, but they decided to overcharge you. And some of these bad boys, these dealerships had the nerve to mark them up. Let me say it again. They had the nerve to mark them up, and it was people paying the markup for them. They was paying the markup. Now they stuck with something that you can't get your money back. There's no way you can get your money back. You will not. You lost money on these. If you paid $90,000, $100,000 for one of these, you definitely lost money. You lost out the Watusi. You lost a lot of money. Cause you can't, the resale value on any EV is, once you roll it off the lot, 40% loss off the gate. So imagine if you bought one of these brand new and you paid that markup. You lost all your equity in the vehicle anyway. If it was me, I would advise y'all not to get one. And if you are gonna get one, just do your research before you go get it. Do your research and then make that decision again. Because it might save you. He talking about if you pull the seatbelt up, the seat just keep coming forward. It's trying to crush you. The car's trying to crush you. The windows, they so cheap, they only put one thing in there to hold the window up, and it's breaking off. So the car's cheaply made. The battery can't hold no charge. It's just a bunch of problems, a bunch of trash. Now, it's always going to be that one person that got a good one. He got the good one out the batch. But if you look on the forums, just look all over the internet, it can't be lies if everybody keeps saying the same thing. Dodge would not be selling these for cheap if they were great vehicles. If they were selling like hotcakes, you think Dodge would be giving out deals? You think they would be giving out deals on their electric muscle car if it was a great seller, if it was a great vehicle? That should tell you everything you need to know. If the manufacturer discontinued the RT version, you can't even get an RT no more. And in order to get one of these, you got a special order. You ain't gonna find no 2026 or 2027s on the lot. You got a special order. If the dealer / manufacturer don't even want to sell it to you, don't even want you to see it on the lot, that should tell you everything you need to know. But with that being said, meet me in the comments. Are y'all going to buy you a Dodge Charger EV Daytona next year, the 2026 version? Or are you going to special order you an EV? Or hell, are you going to get you a used one? You going to go out there and sign your life away for a used Dodge Charger EV? Are you going to do a Werewolf Pack? Werewolf Pack, are you getting you an EV? Yeah, it look good. It looks great. I would never get one. What about the Dodge Charger Hurricane? You gonna get one of those, the inline 6? Absolutely not. If I want an inline 6, I'm gonna get a BMW M3, M4 competition. I'll take my chances with the proven inline 6 before I mess with the nasty, garbagely put together Stellantis version. Overpriced as well. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I just wanted to show y'all all the people complaining, all the whole world complaining about this Dodge Charger EV. And I wanted y'all to get a little breakdown to see why. What's the hype? Why are people complaining about it? As you can see, it's full of problems. Full of problems. Are you going to get you a Dodge Charger EV? Meet me in the comments. Let me know. Are you going to get you a Dodge Charger EV after watching this video? And with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Werewolves, if I don't see no werewolves in the comments, I'm going to be highly disappointed. Get the werewolves in the comments. Werewolf Pack, I need to see you in the comments and share this video. We had 34,100 supporters. Thanks to all the support. Even those who watch my videos that have not hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You know you like me. We're friends. You know you want to be part of the Werewolf Pack. Go ahead and just hit that subscribe button, and we're going to welcome you with open arms. And with that being said, I'm about to slide on up out of here. Y'all keep it positive, keep it pure, keep it real. Never hate, never wish you had something. Just work for it and give yourself a chance, because eventually, I said eventually, if you work hard, some of your dreams are going to come true. I'm not going to sit here and lie and sugarcoat with you. Not every dream is coming true, but some of them should come true if you work hard. And with that being said, I'm going to slide on up out of here. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe. And don't, I repeat, don't buy a Dodge Charger EV if you want these type of problems.